Well, hello everybody. It's Wednesday, March 25th, and today we are doing scientific notation day 2. So before you do this, please make sure that you went to Quizzes and did the Quizzes game on scatterplots. It's review. It should be very easy for you. It's in a separate posting, so please do that. Also, there's a video I posted on scientific notation. Please feel free to review that as well to help you become more familiar with scientific notation. Okay, so let's go over what we've already learned about scientific notation from the other day. Is that scientific notation is a shorthand way of writing really large or really small numbers. And so you should have seen that yesterday in the video that you watched of how numbers are written in a short ways as we went out into outer space by using scientific notation. Okay? So what we learned yesterday was if we had a number such as 825,000, that the way I would write that in scientific notation is that I would insert my decimal point here, and I would count all the way to the left until I had one number to the left of it. And once I had one number to the left of my decimal point, I would write that number and then the next two significant digits, and then times 10, and my exponent is going to be however many places I moved when I moved my decimal. So in this case, I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. So I have 8 and 2500ths times 10 to the 5th power. Okay, so that's what we learned yesterday. So today, we're going to be changing a number from scientific notation to standard notation. So what we're going to start off with is that if the exponent is positive, all right, which that's what we can also deal with negative exponents, but we're starting off with positive exponents. So if the exponent is positive, we're going to move the decimal to the right. So different from yesterday, instead of moving to the left, today we're going to move to the right, and then we're going to add zeros as placeholders. So that's exactly what 0 is 0 is a placeholder of value. All right, so that's what we're doing today. So for example, if I come down here to 8 and 6500ths times 10 to the 3rd, I look at where my decimal is, and I'm going to move it 3 places to the right since it's a positive exponent. And the exponent is 3, so I'm going to move it as many places as I have for the number of my exponent. So that's going to be 8,650. Because here is my decimal, 1, 2, and I added 0 for a placeholder. So for my next example, I have 6 and 7500ths times 10 to the 4th. So I do the same thing as I'm going to move my decimal to the right for the same number of places that I have an exponent for. So since the exponent is 4, I'm going to move 1, 2, and then I'm going to need to add 2 zeros as placeholders. So that's going to be 6, 7, 5, 1, 2. So that means 6 and 7500ths times 10 to the 4th is 67,500. If I look the next one here, 2 and 3800ths times 10 to the 6th, same thing, I'm going to move my decimal place to the right, however many places I have in my exponent. So 238, so here is my decimal, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 4 zeros as placeholders. And then I'll just go ahead and add some commas. So that means 2 and 3800ths times 10 to the 6th is 2,380,000. And then if I do the last one, I have 1 and 4600ths times 10 to the 10th power. So same thing. Here's where my exponent is. Or not, excuse me, not my exponent, my decimal. And my exponent is 10, so I'm going to move it 10 places to the right. So 1, 2, then I'm going to put zeros in as placeholders. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll just insert our commas. And there's your answer. 1 and 46 hundredths times 10 to the 10th power is going to be 14,600,000,000. Okay? So for your assignment today, you're going to read all of these statements. It's distances about planets in our solar system to the sun, as well as some other things about distance in our solar system using scientific notation. And then once you have completed the assignment portion, you need to turn this in. So you should complete 2 things today, the quiz and then your guided notes and assignment right here. So if I start down here, just as an example on the first one, I say the planet Mercury is 5 7/10 times 10 to the 7th kilometers from the sun. Write the distance in standard notation. So here we go. So here's where my decimal is. So I'm going to move it 7 places. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So remember, for each place that you don't have a number, you add a 0 as a placeholder. And that means that the planet Mercury is 57 million kilometers from the sun. Okay? So you're going to do that for the rest of the planets of our solar system, as well as for these other 2 facts about our solar system down here. And when we're done, submit this. And that is all you have for today. Unless you're missing work from last week, then please go back and complete that. All right, so everyone, here you go. Have a great day. And our launch for the day, and this has kind of been our launch for the week, is to remember that we rise by lifting others. We rise by lifting others. See you tomorrow.